Most beginners overcomplicate Etsy. You do not need 50 fancy tools or months of work to start. In fact, there are three really simple AI and digital products that you can create starting today, even if you are not a graphic designer or have zero experience with AI. This is day 3 of our 30-day Etsy challenge. If you missed day 1 or 2, the playlist will be linked down below in the description. If you are new around here, I am the owner of Bailey Design Co., a 7-figure digital design shop on Etsy, and I now teach others how to create the same types of shops on this YouTube channel and in my online community. So as a reminder, the goal of this 30-day challenge is not perfection, it's just momentum. And the products that I'm going to talk about today require no advanced software. They can be made with AI in just minutes, and they have huge demand on Etsy. The first really popular digital product to create with AI on Etsy are PNG designs. If you type PNG into the Etsy search bar just here, you're going to get a wide variety of examples of the type of digital design that I'm talking about. These are primarily made for shirt designs. So the people who are using these types of designs are typically crafters, they are sublimation designers, they are small business owners, they are print-on-demand users, just to name a few. So the audience that uses these particular types of designs is really wide, which is why there is a really high demand. So as you can see, of course, most of them are mocked up on t-shirts or sweatshirts, though you will see some that are mocked up just like this, which is just a white background. So technically no mock-up at all, which makes these designs really easy to create because you're just focused on creating the design and then listing it on Etsy. Again, here are a few more examples of them just being placed on their white background. So it is simply just the design, though the majority of them are placed on apparel. Again, a sweatshirt or t-shirt are the most popular types of products. With PNG designs, the ability to recreate and redesign is really endless because the seasons and the design trends are always changing, meaning what was popular this year for Christmas and Halloween is not going to be popular next year. So it's always evolving and changing, meaning that there is always room for new sellers and new shops because that design aesthetic is constantly changing. Before, I believe it was last year, at the end of last year, Coquette was not popular on Etsy, which is like the pink, really girly bow type of design aesthetic that you actually see in several of the designs on here. And we had never seen Halloween designs with this particular type of aesthetic. And the new people who came in and applied that saw amazing results. This is why PNG designs, if this is what you are focusing on, is one of the best AI digital design products to focus on right now on Etsy. The next really popular product to create for is what my own shop was built on, and that is sublimation tumbler designs, specifically the 20-ounce tumbler wrap. So as you can see, I've had over 386,000 sales. I will say the shop has been on Etsy for 4 years, though it has not sold digital. Primarily before it sold handmade and print-on-demand products, and then I switched it over to be a digital design shop. And technically, only about 7,000 of these sales were in that handmade and POD space. So the rest of the 380,000 sales came from digital designs. So if you aren't familiar, a tumbler wrap or a sublimation design for tumblers is this design here. It is basically just a rectangle, and they are really fun to create because they are specifically designed for cups. So any type of funny quote or saying or for season or for holiday imaginable you would think to be on a tumbler wrap, that is what these are primarily for. So I found amazing success in the sassy, snarky, humor type of niches, as well as things like the Christianity niche and patriotic niche. And so this has been my primary focus for the last 3 years. Now, the next product that is super popular on Etsy actually goes away from the more design graphic types of products like the tumbler wraps or the PNGs. And I wanted to pull this in there for those of you who aren't interested in creating graphic designs and using a lot of AI. And that is things like checklists, planners, printables, things that I consider more in the productivity or educational space. So I've just typed in, for example, printable homeschool checklist, and you're going to see lots of bestsellers and popular now types of products. And the key with these is that you can create these with PLR. If you're not familiar, PLR stands for private label rights. So you can buy basically the bare bones of any type of these types of productivity digital products, and then you can go ahead and customize them and create something different and unique and actually use a little bit of AI as far as the graphic design side to actually make them more different as far as what's already out there on Etsy. These are a really good product because you can typically price them a little bit higher. You also don't have to create such a high volume of products compared to like if you were in the graphic design space with PNGs or tumblers, or because these are priced a little bit higher and people don't tend to buy multiples of these. So that is where you kind of fall into the place of knowing that you are going to need to price higher in order to make up that difference of volume compared to the graphic design. Now, the products that I've mentioned in this video are by no means the only types of digital products that are successful or even in demand on Etsy. They are just, in my experience, the easiest ones to get started with, and that is primarily because they require little to no mock-ups as far as needing to really put these designs on particular types of high quality mockups, because with the PNG designs, you can simply mock them up on a white background and be over and done with the mockup process. As far as the tumbler wraps, it's really just placed on one particular item, and it's not really that much of a difficult type of mockup to find that is really trendy. They are available on Etsy or Creative Fabrica, which is what makes it really easy. Now, the productivity and more educational types of products, in my opinion, are easier to create because you can use PLR products that get you started off with. So you're not creating anything from scratch. If you wanted to create a business planner, for example, you would just go to a PLR site like my own, which will be linked down in the description below, get a business planner, and then go ahead and edit it and list it. So you are way ahead of creating something from scratch. You can also go to places like Etsy or Creative Fabrica, search out PLR for whatever type of product that you want to create and purchase it, edit it, and then you're ready to list it on Etsy. There are so many awesome other digital products to create for Etsy. Things that I recommend are in the junk journal and scrapbooking space, but they do take a little bit more extra time and aren't necessarily beginner friendly, which is why these three are my top picks if you are just starting out and are brand new to design and creation and listing on Etsy. So tomorrow is when we actually start creating our products, and I'm going to be going into several of my favorite AI tools and demonstrating different product types and different tools so that you are fully aware of what is out there when you go to make your decision, because I know we can all become super overwhelmed with the many different tools that are out there. And my job is to show you everything so that you can make the best decision for yourself based on what you'll be creating for your Etsy shop. Again, be sure to sign up for the homework email down in the description below, as I do also provide an extra tip that's not included in the daily video, so you don't want to miss out on that. Since we are going day by day, the next video will pop up on the screen when it is available.